All right, folks, good morning. Okay, let's get started here. So for today, Thursday, June 12th, we have the following information. Core PPI month over month came in softer than expected. PPI month over month came in softer than expected. Unemployment claims came in higher than expected, which is, of course, not good. Then we have at 1:01 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the 30-year bond auction, and then that's it for today. As far as that PPI data, let's just look at this really quickly here. So, sorry. So, change in price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency, but in this day and age, I do think that the market prefers that these numbers actually go down. They want to see prices going down, so technically that's a good thing. So just taking a look again at the history here, so you can get a sense of what we saw. You can see the bump here during the inflationary period post-pandemic, and then as we can see, things are falling. So technically, that's good um, as far as inflation coming down. But as far as the markets are concerned, let's take a look at the QQQ ETF. Now, so far, it looks like the markets are responding as we would expect, somewhat positively to that news. You can see that although the market is poised to open lower today than where it closed yesterday, and yesterday's action was generally bearish, it does look like we're recovering some of those overnight losses to go back towards where we closed yesterday. Having said that, let's look at what we were able to find yesterday. So yesterday we had some pretty good action. We found a firm, which was a bullish opportunity that was able to reach our target number two to the upside, and we were able to successfully navigate that one. Our target number two to the upside was 65.17. The stock topped out at 65.49. We also got INTC. This one, there was a technical reason why we should not have gotten to this, but we had already gotten in at the last minute, and therefore it actually went our way right away, so we left it alone. But that was a bearish opportunity, and it was able to trade down to target number two to the downside, which was 20.85. First, it hit there and recovered, and then afterwards, later in the day, it proceeded to trade even lower. All right, so let's take a look at what's moving in the pre-market and see what we can find there. All right, now, first of all, AIHS, that is down 15.5%, but currently is trading under $1 per share. It's right on the cusp. I won't add that to the list, but you might want to keep an eye on AIHS for later. Um, Next up is CVAC, which is currently up 31.94% on 5.9 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share, of course. So we'll add that to our pre-market watch list. The symbol is CVAC. All right, next up is Etsy. Wait a minute. Why is that on my list? Hold on. No, yeah, I don't know why that's on the list. It's barely moved, but okay. I guess because of its volume. FFAI. Okay, that's currently up 6.98% on 1.3 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we'll add FFAI to our list. Next up is HSDT, which is presently down 44.76% on about 12.6 million shares, but it's trading under $1 per share, so we can't add that, so we'll have to skip it. All right, let's take a look here at INTC. Okay, it's only down 0.92%, so not down enough, so we'll skip INTC. Next up is KLTO. which is presently up 38% plus on 18.6 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we will add KLTO to our list. Next up is Microalgo MLGO. Okay, that's down 2.61%, so not enough. We'll skip that. Let's check out NIVF. That's currently, well, it was up a lot more, but obviously right now it's only up 1.5%, so not enough. We'll skip that. NVIDIA looks like it's down, okay, 0.7%, so not by much, so we'll skip that. NVTS, let's take a look at that. That is presently down 2.9%, so not down enough, so we'll skip that. Okay, let's check out Plug Power. Okay, that's only up 0.72%, so we'll skip that too. Let's see, QUBT. Okay, that's up about 4.5%, so not up enough, so we'll skip that as well. RGTI. Okay, that's only up 1%, so I'll skip that one. RSLS. Okay, that's currently up over 29% on 13 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So that definitely qualifies. So we'll add RSLS to the list. Next up is SLDP, which is presently up 8% on 2.5 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that SLDP to our list. Next up is SOAR, which is, oh, that must not be a NASDAQ stock. I thought it was, but I guess not. All right, SoFi, that's only down 1.2%, so we skip that. Tesla, only down 1.18%, so I can skip that. And then lastly, ZCMD, which is presently up 15.38% on 1.5 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so ZCMD is now added to the list. All right, folks, if you see any other stocks that meet our 4 criteria other than the ones I already mentioned, let me know in the chat. First, I'll drop the names in the chat. There they are. So we're looking for a NASDAQ listed stock that's trading at least $1 per share in the pre-market right now. It must have achieved at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume, and as of this moment, must be at least a 6% price change, which can be positive or negative. So if you see any stocks other than those already mentioned that meet all 4 criteria, go ahead and let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. All right, I see a few there. So CGTL, that's up 45%, 40 million shares, $1 per share. Absolutely. So we'll add CGTL to the list. XTIA is mentioned. That's down 8.9%, 1.5 million shares, at least $1 per share. So that definitely qualifies. And AIHS is mentioned. That's currently, we looked at that a little earlier. The problem is it's right on the cusp, David. It's at 99 cents. So just keep an eye on that one. CVKD, well, let's see if it meets the criteria. It does not. Currently has traded 1,100 shares of volume, so that doesn't qualify. So we'll skip that. Okay. Any other stocks that meet our criteria? Let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's session. As always, please like the video. I see we have 8 likes, more than 8 people watching. So please be sure to hit that like button, which greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications when we produce a new video. And if anyone's watching this video on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone who's part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 16 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's trading session. All right, folks, have a great rest of your trading day. I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Take care.